and welcome to day 86. Is it day 86? Let me actually confirm that. I'm just chatting. Um, but we're starting to see some records of Israel, taking the land and making their way through. 85, day 85. So, uh, where are we? Sorry. Yeah. So let's have a look. We get a nice list here of the kings that were defeated um, west of the Jordan as just Joshua and the Israelites are sort of making their way across. Um, Starting from Jericho, go lots of kings basically. Um, and that's sort of Joshua 12, Joshua 13. And as much as they are, they're making their way, they're 31 kings down, there is still much of the land, the Lord says. Um, and they look at what's sort of left to be conquered. And yeah, we're just getting really good records of the amount of land that's given to each of the tribes. So Reuben, Gad, we've already sort of had a look at them. Levi obviously they didn't get any land. Um, uh, but we sort of carry on. So Reuben, Gad, and half of the tribe of the half tribe of Manasseh, they've already received their land. Remember, they've promised to help Israel with the rest of the fighting, despite receiving theirs. So theirs is marked here, and then as they are going, we've got really good records of what's being given to the other tribes. Now, there's this interesting bit, and I think I want to spend just a few minutes here. Caleb requests his land, and you've got to remember Caleb is one of only two of the men of fighting age that came out of Egypt that are still around. Because remember, God had wiped out the rest of that generation because of their rebellion. The first time those 12 spies were sent out, amongst which were Caleb and Joshua. But Caleb at this point being, I think it's 85, um, he's still down. Yeah, 85. He's still down and he's still taking land, like he's still strong, taking land for the Lord, and thus has been given quite a good amount of land. Um, and we see part of what's given to Judah's recorded in Joshua 15, but then also what's given to Caleb, and then Caleb's daughter, who he basically gives his daughter as like the prize for someone that attacks and captures one of the towns. Someone called Othniel does, and wins her hand, and she then asks for a field and for some springs, and that's recorded here as well. But it's interesting, Caleb he's trusted in the Lord since jump, and that's shown even now in his old age in his confidence that God can give him the land that is there, that is his, and he's still moving, you know. And yeah, the rest of the towns that are allotted to Judah are sort of listed here nicely, and the rest of Joshua 15, and that's Joshua. So it's very much still reading like a bit of an action movie, if you will. But the records of the land is really interesting because now that there are such records, it's the Israelites can't go around moving borders and moving boundaries and stealing land from one another because all of it is recorded really well, and it's impressive how this was all sort of codified at the time. But that's today's reading. Tomorrow is Joshua 16 to 18, and God willing, we'll be here to talk about it.